So I felt called to do a fast for those who are feeling the calling, even if you're not. You want to decide, I'm going to do that to strengthen myself. This morning, all the messages I've been getting were about all of the rewards because we didn't cheat ourselves, and all of the perseverance paid off, all of the tests and trials, all of the people that lie on you, that make your life miserable, and you got out of it, you had victory, you pushed through the things that made your life a living hell. That's why fasting is so easy for us compared to other people. That's why anything is so effortless. You've been trained harder than the military trains their people. And even some people, even the military studies people like us because they're like, how is it so easy for them? Because we've been through more aggressive training through life and through our soul than they will ever be able to replicate. And, they artificially create super soldiers when we've been through the real thing. And, that's why a week without food and water was nothing. It was easy. That's why remote viewing is easy. That's why, I remember it's downloaded into our spirits. I remember being out there in the wilds, surviving, conquering, defeating predators, all of that, and even have to experience that over and over and over this life. And so we are the most resilient souls. If you're on my channel and people think, oh, you don't look like it, that's the thing. You don't look like it. And so they think you're an easy target when they have no idea what your soul is, your spirit is, and looks will always be deceiving. How do you have all that energy? How can you move like that? How can you do that? Like in the shorts I've been making. How do you do that? Well, that's what I teach. That's what I train people more. Better training than what they train in the military because they don't do it spiritually. I do it physically, mentally, and spiritually. And fasting trains you kind of like running mentally and spiritually. So you're constantly having to remind yourself how strong you are and to keep going. And so that's the cool thing about, someone mentioned that one time. They're like, man, runners are some of the strongest, mentally strong people that you'll ever know, and physically. And I don't just run. I started doing soccer and also dancing. I think those are like the best types of workouts because you're always having fun. It never feels like work. Like even fasting is amazing and happy and joyful and rewarding. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like, oh, it's just work. Nothing should feel that way. Like if you're enjoying your fast the whole time, which I think is also the point, and to download spiritually, to hear spiritually, to open those ears and those eyes. I was talking to a new client last night who's going to be doing my remote viewing training, my psychic training, and he's wanting to do some of the things that I do, and so I'm training him about, we used to backpack together and do all these things, but he just is kind of blown away that I did that week without food and water. We can go so much further, and it's easy. And I don't ever do that for weight loss because I've never had weight to lose. My body is always balanced. I do find that I gain a little bit in the summertime, so I may have extra, but with the heat it's kind of harder. Like it's kind of a challenge. The summer's not my best time, but I'm mentally overcoming that and deciding to have a great summer despite how it makes my body feel. Like I'm just not built for summer at all. Like some people just love summer. It's been my whole life my worst enemy. I'm just like, oh God, I'm built for cold. Cold feeds me. I can go forever without eating, without whatever you need. Like it just gives me this physical energy. I would win my races in the winter time and like lose, be like the last one in the summer. It just has not been my time. But it's that's why we do this, to become stronger and to connect spiritually and to ascend and rise into that city of light that I've been displaying on my videos. I hope you go back and watch, because there's some very inspiring channeled messages I've been getting and posting, and please share those. You know, they come from spirit, and these messages need to be shared. I was getting something before I started playing this about, oh yeah, me doing it with you, like relying so much on AI, which is why I'm doing a lot of the training that I'm getting. But I'm like, well, AI can't fast with you, can it? Nope. And it's a little bit, you know, in a lot of ways it's beneficial that it's taking away mindless jobs that you can have something so much better. But like even some of the online things it's taken over, right? Like I didn't think about that before, but I was thinking today, I'm like, I'm so glad, like COVID, lots of people went online, whereas I went offline soon after COVID, and just have spiritual, like I call in my clients and think spiritually, and it's so much fun. And I'm doing other things too, and I'm like, I feel so balanced, so healthy, so happy. And so when people think, oh, this is what it's at, it's, or like if they have jealousy over someone, like, oh, I want their life, when like they don't see the importance of certain things. What they think is important is not at all what it is. It's like they look at the external, or they look at the superficial, and what you're doing, or like say they want to copy and replicate, but they're totally missing the point. The point is their development. It's not what things look like. Like it's like when I meet someone, I feel their spirit. That's what's important. Like when people meet me, like last night, like see my spirit on display. That's when I feel I like doing these videos, but when I can actually like in person display my spirit in another way, a fun way. It's so cool. You know, talking's okay, but making videos is okay. But when I can just let my body go wild and show my true spirit, that's like me. I'm like, yes. But it's also me when I can share my energy and activate people. Like, it's amazing how many functions we have as humans. It's pretty amazing. But I just got this visual just now of us. He's incredible, because you're those who are meant to, those who are in alignment with me, and there are those who are meant to learn lessons through us. You know, there are those who are watching not because they're in the alignment, because most people, for my messages, I talk to those who are in alignment with this energy, but some are in opposition to it. So it's funny, like these messages aren't for them. But anyway, for those who are of this spirit, who are raising consciousness, who are working every day actively on themselves and sharing that, who are not cheating themselves, who are not here just to, you know, take and have to do this life over and over and over. Oh yeah, I haven't posted my groundhog video yet. I had the most insane experiences a few weeks ago with groundhog energy, and then the real meaning of it revealed itself, and it's so funny. But I guess I could talk about it here because I'm being reminded. So this groundhog ran across the street with this person that was kind of harassing me in a way, like wouldn't stop, leave me alone, wouldn't get, like, you know, Phil in the movie, he wasn't learning his lessons, and he was just kind of a jackass. And then he did the he had to get training. He was like doing past lives over, like he had to keep living the same day, whereas people are living the life over and over because they're not getting it, and they're still cheating themselves and having to redo the life. So the groundhog ran across the road, and he was like, what's that? I'm like, that's a groundhog. And I was like, this guy is like that Phil guy, like he won't leave me alone, keeps asking me out and stuff. And I was just trying to and do some serious things, and he was using different opportunities, seeing me to come do that. And I'm like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Like, just stop, just get the point the first time, not the 10th time. It's so disrespectful. You know, I've had all these people use energy vampires or stalker types that they're ultimately very disrespectful because they don't want to hear you the first time, and that's not the good way to use persistence, right? It's just makes someone have to be rude to you, you know, just like I said no the first time, and I don't want to have to be like that, but it's just so rude. Anyway, so that person, the groundhog, ran across. I was like, oh, that's the meaning of it, you know, like in the movie. But I didn't get it yet. I was sitting in a parking lot, like I didn't really think about it yet. And there was a Punxsutawney Phil on the truck, and it said that literally on the U-Haul truck next to a Native American. So I saw the Native American. I was like, wow, there's something, Spirit's trying to show me something. And then next to it was the Punxsutawney Phil. And I was like, wow, that's why the groundhog ran across. And this is happening. And then I was doing a past life regression the next day. And literally this groundhog showed up on that person's second story porch. And he was freaking out, like, how did it get up here? I've never seen one up here ever. And I had just told him the story about the groundhog. And I was like, yeah, see? You know, I was just laughing, like, see? It's the spirit of the groundhog is here. And he started laughing during the session, or after the session. He was like, have we done this before? And I started laughing. I was like, you know, this groundhog may have been delivering the message. We may have done this before. And I was like, we got to get it right this time. And but even like all of us together as a planet, like when hearing that truck, I was like, oh, we didn't do something. We didn't get rid of all the nasty fuel, you know, that pollution creating vehicles, and like trying to do it again, you know. We don't want to have to do it again. Let's just freaking be strong, resilient, which is what the fasting helps us be. Steadfast. We're not going to be pushed over by all the distractions, the laziness, the people pushing us around. Well, I want you to do this, you to do that. And I keep getting this message too lately that, you know, because I've had so many extreme trials of people, like they come at me, like, and you have probably too if you're on this same spirit, if you're resonant with my spirit, you shine so bright, so you have like literally the most crazy people come at you, and in horrible ways, because you're so strong. You have really big tests, and they and in the end they try to make it look like it was all you, and you're just there minding your own business, trying to get rid of them. Saw 444. And you know, I think that's apparent to people. It should be, you know, that's like, seriously, you know, you're so strong. If you're like me, you know, you raising your kid on your, like, I love my life. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad I have a child because she's the most amazing child ever. You know, I don't have to live with a guy. I've never lived with a guy. I never have to live with a guy if we ever decide to do that, right? But I'm just being for now, like, I think until you're 30, at least wait till you're 30 to live with someone or to get married or whatever. Like, you need to build up your strength, yourself. And I'm glad I waited as long as I have to ever, because you're going to do it wrong if you start, or, like, you need to learn all about people, how they operate, like, because then finally things start to repeat and you see how people are and how things are. It's like you understand, so you don't want to jump into that where you're just giving up, you're not building up your spirit. Your 111. I wonder if someone sent me that, because it's 111. I keep seeing lots of angel numbers right now during this video, but I think that's the important, that's why that thing beeped. You need to strengthen your spirit. And maybe some of us aren't even meant to ever live with someone, like, because I see somebody just give up themselves. You can't really be your true self sometimes if you're living with someone or a community. Like, even just being someone for, like, if I'm doing my session, it's great when I'm around people and they don't see me clearly or understand, or just think I'm some normal woman, not a super woman, because I am. Sorry, not to be arrogant, but I mean, people quickly find that out, but when some people can't, it's just, their energy's off and projecting at me in this weird way. I'm like, you don't see me clearly. Especially men, they don't really understand strong women, independent women, and often they're very threatened by us, so they try to destroy us. They put so many weights on us so that we try to give up, and we're like, yeah, we can't handle this. They almost try to kill us all the time. They want to starve us out. It's like something in a cave doing its thing, and they want to starve it out. And it's like, fine, you're actually making me stronger. You're only like helping me to build, it's like a weightlifter, like you're just putting more weights on so I can get stronger. And that's the thing, like you end up winning because of what they did even more than they could possibly ever know. It's like the military training, like they gave you far beyond what the military can ever train someone artificially with. And plus they have to, like, I don't know if they still do that, like yelling and nastiness, and in real life women are always going through that. They're always trying to deal with yucky men who are, not all men are like that, but drill sergeants, and it's like, definitely don't be around that, but at least until you're 30, life's kind of like that, like just training you. But if you I don't know, I'm just saying, like I said, I'm just going back to, like, don't live with people. I would wait till you're like 30 just to live with anyone, even if it's like a roommate, girlfriend, like a friend. Like, just wait. You need to, like, having higher rent like everything helps you. Like, having higher rent helps you, or if you want to build your own house out in nature, whatever you do, like, it helps you. So just you're resilient. If you're in my spirit, though, like, you already know that you're already very strong. So we're gonna be fasting even if we don't feel like it right now. And I don't know, I just feel called, like it's the next thing, and it develops so cyclically. We tune in and hear so many messages. So if I seem a little zombie-ish, we'll see, because sometimes it makes me feel like my energy is really stretched out. I don't feel like doing a video or anything, but I'm just gonna go with it. I don't freaking care. I feel Spirit's like shifted my energy so much that no matter what, I'm just like, okay, here we go, we gotta do this. And that was the message I got today too, was that you do the thing. You don't have your emotions blocking you. You're just doing it. You know what you're here to do. You're on your mission, full force, and people can say anything. Be pure. Make sure you're doing good to others and listening, and not on the wrong path where you're not hearing where God's telling you to go. Because sometimes God will send you to places you're like, wow, usually the bad people are sent over here. Like, are you sure? And it's like, yes. But you're the light that needs to help change all those people in that place. Or if God's sending you over here, it's not like you're always going to be sent to some monastery where everyone's all holy and amazing or supposed to be. That's not where you're going to be sent. You're going to be sent to the places where your spirit is needed specifically at that time, both for you and for them. And where you with your gifts will be able to be used. And you may have never even used these gifts. Suddenly you have these gifts, and you're like, wow, I had no idea. And you're like the best in the area, even though they've developed themselves for 10, 20, 30 years. You walk in, you're the best at it, and it's your first time. Because you have God's Spirit, and you went exactly where you were shown to go. Because God's Spirit knows exactly what you can do, and you don't even know you can do that. 22:22 when I said that. I feel that. Let me say that again. God's Spirit knows exactly what you can do that you don't even know you can do, and will send you exactly where you need to be and go, and will show you how to use those things in an instant, and you don't even know that you didn't even know before. You're just feeling the Spirit and you're doing it. And that's why people encounter me and they're like, oh my God, like, what are you? Like, I've never seen anyone. Are you always like this? Like, I've never seen anyone with this kind of spirit and this energy and this is, and who looks like that young and you know, whatever. Like, they know I have it if they're paying attention. And usually you'll be sent to the ones who are paying attention because you're sent to wake them up, and they are woken up. They're like, oh my God. But they literally still, you can't show her and tell them everything. But at least you can do something. That's why we're fasting, so that we'll get better words for it. We'll get so many deposits in our spirit. And that's the thing with the training I'm doing. It went from this much deposits to, like, you know, mega deposits. So we as humans are supposed to be at that level, at a much higher level than we're doing here right now. Way higher, and that's where we're going. And so, yeah, we're getting there. And I don't want to say like it's a competition between the AI stuff. I like to use it to help us, but it's just, it makes me know that we're going to be on a whole another level, and we need to act like it, right? So Self 55 change. So act like it, live your life like it. You see how fast AI is doing stuff? Don't rely only on physical. Don't rely only on technological. You know, like, I'm learning hands-on stuff, like how to build, because what if all the technology disappears? Or, like, we need to know how to have basic skills too. And I'm shocked when I have the thought, knowing that lots of men can't even build, and here I want to know everything about it. I love doing construction. It's one of the best times to fast. Like, I fast all day, and the people take breaks, and they can't believe that I'm not fasting. I mean, that I'm not taking breaks, and that I have so much energy, and I can lift heavier things in them. And they're like, who's this strong woman? And they know I work the hardest, because I'm like, I never cheat myself. That's what I'm demonstrating to them, you know, and all that I do pays off. Like, it shows. So you're like this warrior that just showed up on the planet Earth, and they're like, who the freak is this? You know, you're this anomaly. You blow their minds. And every day that they get to know you more, you blow their mind even more. And they're like, damn, I've wasted my life. I have wasted my life not listening. I've wasted my life not developing myself. I have wasted myself cheating myself. That's what they say. And so you're the one who shows that in your resilient yet calm, peaceful, joyful spirit. Like, I'm just getting this other tangent here, that there's people who are just frustrated and angry and like sad and whatever problem they have, and I find out about their life, and they've been through almost nothing compared to like myself, and I'm like, no wonder. It's just a silver spoon life, and that makes people miserable. They never had anything to fight for. So if you've been through a lot, that was a blessing, just like myself. And people have made me to look like I'm someone else completely, because that's all they're focused on, is how things look. Because they're blind. They're so blind. Oh, let me make her look like something else, or whatever person they're targeting, because they think that's what matters. And God sees everything, and everything is balanced out in a way. It's just really stupid to do that, but that's their decision, and that's their karma, and they'll keep living. And you can't stop a spirit that's meant to be out there doing these things. You can't stop it. And you may think you are, like numbers don't matter, but it's about the quality, not the quantity, right? Anyway, I feel like I'm going to end this here. And ciao for now.